Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kazuri Alameen. I need to get back on and make this quick video. It's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, as we are growing through life and life goes through us. Nothing will ever take the place of self-experience. It's good to have your books, it's good to have your CDs and DVDs and hear the gurus. All that has a season for all of that. I'm not minimizing that. But nothing will take the place of self-experience. And once again, self-experience is something that you personally taste. You personally taste. I personally taste you. My reason for this video is I got a call a moment ago from a young person who's dealing with some grief and loss. How to respect it. That is a process. However you may deal with it is a process. I want to encourage you, don't rush it. But what was very unique about this dynamic is, it got me to think along a different way. I've been in the mental health business for 41 years. For 41 years consecutively, I've been in the mental health business. I've been doing groups for 40 years. So I've seen a lot of things, and I'm still in school every day. I've helped a lot of people along that 41-year track. A lot of people have helped me. It's not been a one-way dynamic. But I've helped a lot of people in mental health. Everything we do in this world, ladies and gentlemen, starts in our mind. Everything we do or don't do starts in our mind. So where I'm going with this piece is, when I've helped a lot of people dealing with grief loss issues specifically, I'm pretty sure they are well pleased with my services. I have no doubt about that. Because I'm a giver, not a taker. I'm a lover, not a hater. I know what I'm doing and I'm good at it. So all these years I help people that's dealing with grief and loss. I've done groups on grief and loss, collectively and individually. The success rate has been great. It's what's helping people. But my point is, I lost my mother November the 13th, 2016. November the 13th, 2016 at 4:14 a.m. I'm just that graphic with her going to her next adventure. But when I lost my mother, I seen my mother take her last breath on earth. I love people. And people who know me know I love humanity. But when I witnessed my mother take her last breath on earth, my sensitivities got to a whole different level of intentional being. My sensitivities grew to a deeper level. That's what I'm trying to say. It grew to a whole deeper level. Deeper level. And doing my groups, helping people, that's great. I will continue to do that. But when I see my mother take her last breath on earth, that was a whole different dynamic. And for me, dealing with my own grief and loss, that's just human behavior. Example, it's like you can read about a woman taking a man or a woman taking the Lamaze classes and they're practicing everything. That's fine. But it's a whole different play with a woman talking about labor pains versus a woman going through labor pains and actually having a baby. It's just life. Nothing takes the place of experience. So I think sometimes we undervalue that sometimes. And you get with people sometimes, they don't know no better than hell. Sometimes they do know better. And they want to keep you stuck like Chuck. But nothing takes the place of self-experience, ladies and gentlemen. And whatever you're going through, let it flow, let it grow through you, let it run its course, let it take its time, And life gonna make all of us live it. It's gonna make us live it. It's gonna make us live it. So you'll get where you need to be. I call it that human clock goes up within your spirit. You get where you need to be. Yes, it's good to listen to others, how to respect it, but don't let nobody undervalue and misuse you about where you should be about an experience or experiences that you're dealing with that had nothing to do with them. And even if you had the same experiences, you got a different DNA. Once again, truth comes from our experiences. Our experiences come from our truth. Sometimes I do a group and I might have, example, 10 or 12 people in the room. And I might have a picture up on the wall based on where I am. I say, tell me what you see in this picture. And I get 10 different answers. The question was, tell me what you see in this picture. That comes from their truth. It's not that you're right and he's wrong, I'm wrong and you're right. I asked them to tell me what they saw in the picture. Truths come from our experiences. It's very, very important. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of information out here. And I think some of it is of substance, some of it is just of rubbish. But you got a lot of so-called gurus out here telling you what you should do, how you shouldn't do this, what you should feel. How in the hell you going to let somebody tell you how to feel about an experience that they have nothing to do with them? Nothing to do with them. And once again, I've been doing mental health for 41 years. I've been doing groups for 40 years. Did a lot of grief and loss. I lost count of it, matter of fact. But when I see my own mother take her last breath on earth, my sensitivities increased tremendously, live. So as you're growing through certain things, take your time with it. Seek information. There are certain things, ladies and gentlemen, that's been predestined that you got to go through by yourself. I don't care if you're married. There's certain things when you're being married, you got to go through by yourself. And so does your spouse. Life has taught me that. So you find your path, find your way what works for you. When it works for you, you work it. But you can only find it that way through self-discovery. I like this, I don't like this, this feel good, this don't feel good. You got to move. Don't mimic anybody. Don't compare yourself to anybody. I mentioned yesterday, the sun and the moon both shine. We need the sun and we need the moon. They don't compete with each other. Find your path. You walk your path. If it's going to be lonely sometimes, that's true. Walk it. It's okay. But don't allow anybody to undervalue your experiences, ladies and gentlemen. It's so very, very important. And as I talk to this person, we begin to get a balance. And they thank me for my conversation because life has taught me these things. I didn't know in no book. I didn't learn in no classroom. I learned it in the school of life. Experiences come from my truth. Truth comes from my experiences. So be where you are where you be. None of us can run ourselves. I don't care who it is. It's very, very important to remember not to forget that. Take your time what you're dealing with when you're dealing with grief and loss or any other issues. Experiences. The school of life is always open. It never closed. There's no winter break, summer break, fall break, holiday break in life. We go live until we die. That is a universal fact. If you listen to this message right now, I don't care what you believe, I'm going to stop breathing on earth and you're going to stop breathing too. You came out of a woman's womb and I did too. Sometimes we get seduced on all these other superficial things we've been mimicking for years, got no substance at all. We're just mimicking stuff. I'm a man of substance, not style. Just like there's a birthday, damn it, there's also a death day. There's also a life day. This is a universal fact. This message is for somebody. Value your own experiences. You don't need nobody to validate it for you. Don't seek validation from nobody, matter of fact. These are your experiences, not anybody else's. And you will get where you need to get on time, in time, and with time. Peace and continued blessings be upon you and your family members. Thank you very kindly.